Hey y'all, story time. So I was cleaning out some old files, clearly very old files, this past weekend, and came across this little gem. That is my little face on my very first real estate license. I was originally licensed in Boston. Apparently last week was 10 years of me being a professional realtor full time. Here we go. And I figured I would pop on here with the story of my first transaction in real estate, which, to be quite honest, I completely forgot until this weekend. I found this document and then I realized something on Facebook reminded me, and I saw my first broker's name, and apparently I'm still friends 10 years later with my first broker in Boston. This is my very first office overlooking Copley Square. That was a very cool office, even though it was maybe an 8 by 12 box with like 8 desks shoved in there, and I was usually the only one there. But I did rentals for the first part of my career. It was a big part of business in Boston. I had a full-time career just doing rentals for the first 2 years out there. And I was maybe licensed a month or two, brand new, right out the gate. Very aggressive. That's kind of my personality. I was showing a bunch of properties, meeting people off of Zillow, and I met this really nice couple, showed them this tiny apartment in the North End, and to my shock and surprise, they wanted it. And I was up, right? Go time, let's do this. Contract writing, how the hell do I write a contract? I'm not sure, I'll figure it out, but let's jump in the car, drive back to Copley so we can get this lease signed and signed, sealed, delivered, because even 10 years ago, it was still the Hunger Games, and you were liable to be up against 5 other applications, so time was of the essence. We drive back to Copley, and if you are from Boston, you probably know where this is going already. By the grace of God, I found a parking spot right out front of my office, and in the back bay, like, that's just virtually unheard of. There's huge tourist attractions there, tons of really densely populated area, like you just can't find parking, but I found a parking spot. So we ran up to my office, and this guy had very little time to get this lease done and signed, so we were just rocking and rolling. He was supposed to go to a basketball game and to a basketball practice after that, and so he had his gym bag in my car, and we ran upstairs. Maybe an hour in there getting everything signed, the whole 9 yards, and I was supposed to drive him to his basketball game after. So we walk back downstairs, and my car is gone. Just disappeared. Less than 30 minutes, your car gets towed in Boston if you park in the wrong spot, and I parked in the wrong spot, for sure. Probably a loading zone, who even knows at this point? Actually, you know what? I think it was a handicap. That's even worse. Pretty sure it was a handicap that I just threw it in and did not realize. Luckily, they were sweet as pie. They weren't mad at me. They still rented the apartment. I still got paid. But I had to go pay at least $300, I'm sure, at the time, to get my car out of the tow lot and grab his basketball gear back, get it to him at the gym, and deliver the keys the next day. And that is how you get just thrown into the fire in real estate, sink or swim, figure it out. And I think we all, if you've been doing this at any length of time, you have some stories. Tales from the trenches, shall we call them. So we are going to start sharing some of those stories now that it's been years later. Definitely, I love what I do. I love this career, but man, it is interesting some days. And I promise, I have not lost any other clients' bags in my car at tow lots since then. So typically you learn one lesson the hard way once, you don't do it again. But anyway, I just thought that was too good. Had to pop on there and share it. Hope you guys are having a good night. Hope everybody recovered from your great Facebook crash of 2024. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.